What a great day we've got to go out and harvest some venison. But before I get to that, I want to talk about a new product the SSAA has, and that's their gold membership. For just $25 upgrade on your normal membership, you get $25,000 worth of accidental damage, loss and theft, both here and at home, for your firearms and fixed accessories. Now that's got to be the bargain of the year. Simply put, that's about the cost of a box of ammo. With that peace of mind, let's go and find Shane and harvest some meat. Hey mate.
G'day mate, how you going?
Not bad. What have you found for me?
Oh, I was a couple of days up in the paddock, tucked away out the wind.
Hopefully we'll be able to get into them a bit later. But in New South Wales here we've got G licences and R licences so we can hunt deer. Can you talk us through a little bit how they work?
Yeah, sure mate. Your G licence will give you cover for hunting on private property, and your R licence, which is a restricted licence, would give you access to state forests and public land and that sort of stuff.
So obviously with the G licence I still need permission to get onto private land, but with the R licence, tell us a little bit more about what needs to happen there.
Okay, your R licence, which is your restricted licence, is for public land in New South Wales and New South Wales only. Every state's different, so jump on the SSAA national website and just check the regulations for every state. Now, once you've got your R licence, you can then get on the DPI website and book into the state forest or public land that you want to hunt on.
Okay, so you have to actually book a time you're going to go.
That's correct, yes.
All right, Shane, well let's park this, go and grab the rifle and we'll see if we can get close to those deer you spotted before.
Okay mate.
Some nice signs here, Shane.
Yeah, plenty of fresh track mate. Over the top of the quad bike tracks from this morning.
Yeah, I can see you're up here playing a bit earlier.
Yeah, it's still a bit sticky though. Hang on.
What do you see?
Lantana, little lantana up to the left of the water.
Yeah. Right, mate, I can see that bush moving right there. Can't tell what it is though.
Me either. Come on, mate.
A bit of a tense moment there, Shane.
It was, wasn't it?
I didn't think it could be that easy.
No, I thought we were going to be lucky, mate, with a couple feeding in the lantana, but anyway, we better keep going, see what we can find.
Yeah, they're for a different recipe.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's move on.
Right, mate.
Now, what's the advantage of private land and land you know compared to bush where you haven't charted before?
The advantages of land you know, you can usually pattern the animals. If you don't upset them too much, they're usually a creature of habit. So they come out to feed usually around the same time every day. As long as you don't disturb them, they're about the same. Public land and that sort of thing's a bit more difficult because you have to spend time doing your homework to know where the animal's actually feeding and where they spend most of their time during the day.
Okay. So Shane, what gives you away most on a hunt? Yeah, clothing, movement, what is it?
The majority of it's movement, mate. It really is.
Okay. So clothing doesn't play a huge part? Or?
In some areas, definitely. Other areas, like we are around here, it's quite dark. So not overly. As long as your movement's kept to a minimum, that's pretty much the best thing you can ask for.
Okay, what about their sense of smell?
Sense of smell is exceptional.
What about their hearing and sight? I mean, I've been out in the paddock in dark clothes with a camera and they're just looking at me.
Again, depending on the environment, mate, and what sort of situation you're at the time, as long as you're still, and you're obviously the right side of the wind so they can't smell you, then you've got a lot of things going in your favour already. As you can see, mate, this is a pretty well used game trail.
Okay.
It runs along here and it joins onto this main track that we're walking along.
Yep.
And that leads around the corner to a clearing. Hopefully there might be something feeding on there.
Okay, so this has been formed purely from animals walking along here?
Yeah, that's correct. It's a game trail. You can see there's been quite a few animals along here.
Quite a bit of traffic.
You can see this tree's been all broken up by a stag recently.
Nice.
So, clearing coming up just down here, so we'll just start poking along.
Okay.
Keep it a bit quiet and see how we go.
Great. Fingers crossed. Even with Shane's extensive knowledge of the behavioural patterns of the deer that frequent this property, he said you can't guarantee success. Unfavourable winds, plain bad luck, or just the deer had moved on meant that our first attempt would leave us with not even a sighting. Now Shane, what's our best approach to an area that might hold game?
Mate, one of the first keys is the wind, which is what spoiled it for us yesterday afternoon, but this afternoon it's a bit more constant from the one direction, which is always good. It's always a good idea to move slowly when you're coming up from an area like we are now that they feed in. Every couple of steps it's a good idea to stop and look, and then use your binoculars and look over the same area that you've looked at, because they might be down with their head down feeding. So what happens, if they lift their head, they can be nearly 2 foot higher than when they've got their head down feeding. So you've got to be really careful in that instance, because if you're moving when they've got their head up, they'll spot you straight away. But if you do see one that's got its head up, keep still, wait for it to go back to feeding again, and then move.
Okay, so you just close that ground on them.
Exactly. When they're feeding, they've got their head down. It's definitely the best time for you to try and get in a bit closer to them.
Okay.
Okay, mate, this is one of the feeding areas that we were talking about yesterday.
Okay. See anything down there?
We are lucky.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a little spike of this down here.
Righto.
This has not been easy with the camera. You see him okay?
Yeah, I've got him.
He's not going to stay long, mate.
He just had a quick run.
Yeah, take him when you can, buddy.
That's the one, mate.
Very good. Let's go and check him out, eh?
Righto.
Gun safe?
Gun safe.
Excellent.
Well, Shane, he's fallen only a couple of steps from where I took the shot and only had a couple of seconds to take it.
Yeah, he hasn't gone far, mate, which is quite good. Just make sure he's dead. Not blinking, which is good.
Yep.
So yeah, your shot was good. It's in through the top of the lungs. This is the exit hole. So yeah, through the top of the lungs. With most deer, if you want to try and keep it sort of halfway or lower, don't want to shoot them too high, you take the top of the lungs out and they can run a bit too far. Otherwise, your heart's sort of located down here quite low in the rooster.
Yeah,
Otherwise, for meat, neck shot, depends on the circumstance. Every circumstance is different, and this one didn't give us much time to sort of
No, I only had a
play
little
around,
fraction
did
of
he?
a second there to take the shot, and here he is.
Very
So now
good.
we just need to get him ready for the table.
Yep, we shall field dress him as quickly as possible before he starts to bloat and get him in the esky.
No worries. Let's get him prepped and ready for one of those recipes from field to fork.
All right, mate.